So, second Sherman for the day. Knocked out in this area is the Sherman Valios, an M4A2. As you can see, it has a ding in the turret, totally bent. But the Sherman came up the hill and was immediately hit in the front. 2 shots bounced. Of now, 3 shots bounced by the looks of it. And then one of the shots entered right under the gun mantlet, and the other right above the machine gun port. The commander died, if my French is correct, and only the pilot survived. If some French people can translate that for me, you can say that I'm wrong in the comments below. Thank you, Nassim. But this one was knocked out on the 30th of August. And the other one, the Sherman we had last had a look at, was on 20th of August. But after it got several hits, it was also hit in the gun barrel. And probably, maybe it was hit earlier in the gun barrel and they just abandoned it. That's why that's possible why there's so many crew members survived it. And then it was hit multiple times. Probably thought the fire come from somewhere else and they turned the turret and they got a lucky shot in the barrel. Yeah, it is shot in the barrel, there's a ding in it. You can zoom in, you can see the hole. There is the little hole. He got a lucky shot off. I think it was a Pak 40 that hit him. And then maybe an 88, as far as I remember the story. Where is this place? It's between Allegan and Fontenal and Seis. And I'm probably all raping those words. As you can see, the bottom plate is all blown out because of the pressure. Even the bottom plate on the tank is blown out. You can see it hanging right here. If you can, guys can see that. Yeah, the book Death Traps is fucking garbage, my friend. These Shermans were pretty durable. As you can see, it survived 3 hits from an 88 to the front. And then the metal became a bit corky and it went through. And they got 1 lucky shot under the gun mantlet, and the other shot on the gun mantlet also bounced. So that's 3 bounces and 1 hit. And 1 lucky shot in the barrel, so that's pretty okay. Plus this thing didn't burn, like the other one. So it's not a Ronson, it's not a death trap. The book is all garbage and bullshit. It's really astonishing that it's in a pretty okay shape. It can run, yeah. Try it. Don't think it will run. But it's really complete. It has one of those French man-made thingies to mount in a jerry can. The other one is missing, probably because it was shot off, because there are bullet holes right on his ass. You guys can see that. Right where that mounting would be. That would have been a lot of fun. Even the upper deck plate is bent. This was, yeah, it was an obsolete gun. It was more for troop transport than anything else. It wasn't meant for tank combat at all. The other Shermans, the CS-76 and so, and that the 67 variants were more suited, and Wolverine was used a lot for tank combat, of course. Yeah, the upgunned versions were pretty okay for tank combat. People always recall the Firefly, but the American versions were pretty good as well. People remember them as the EC8, but the EC8 stands for the tracks and not the gun. It's just an 67 with a W behind it. Of course, this is okay, weer a French tank. I think it was even manned by African American people, as I remember correctly. It's one of the African American units that this tank belonged to. I wonder if that mud flap was damaged in battle. If that was done later on. It's really hard to find any information on this tank. The Piercing was an amazing tank, probably one of the best tanks of World War II. But there were not enough of them at the time. And they had several small problems that need to be worked out, but it did great in the Korean War. So did the Jackson. Jackson could knock out everything it came across in the Korean War. The Bob Sample tanks, yeah, that's the most powerful tank ever made. Nobody can beat that tank. If that tank was here, it would be blown away in a second. Everything was dead, the Germans were gone, they would just surrender. The mountain would just, this mountain, this hill we're on top of, would just crumble under the tracks of the Bob Sample tank. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the tank. You can't get any closer because there's a fence around it. That's probably also why it's in pretty okay condition. But a lot of people climb on top of this tank, and it's been restored never. It's been here around more than 30 years, and I've been here several times with my parents. And it's never been changed in any painting job or whatnot. I've never seen it in a different color. All the pictures are also the same from the 80s I have seen of this tank. So you can see that they do some cleaning work on it. They have some high-powered how do you call it? My brain stopped working again. It's too warm for this shit. And there goes the monetization. But yeah, I'm going to log off because I want to get to the last Sherman. And that Sherman is the most interesting one, I think. It was hit on the right side several times. Probably 6 or 7 times. And that's the most proof I have that the Ronson is not, that this tank called the Ronson is total crap, because they had to take 6 shots to the side at the engine to get this thing to light up. They had so much trouble knocking it out. So that's really an interesting tank. There's a lot of pictures of it, and sells an action shot when it was hit in the side, with the flames coming out of it when it was hit. and the sparks and all that sort of stuff. And you can see it better from here that the gun was hit in the barrel. The thing, bloody gimbal wants to move. Right there. There's a chunk out of it. It's applicate armor, that armor to the side. Most crews would do that themselves to protect the ammo storage and the radio operator to the side. There's some extra protection. Most have one here and they also have one there. On the other side of the turret they have 2 patches there and the same. But this one only has 1 applicate armor. So yeah, the other one also had some applicate armor applied, but it was removed at some point. Maybe by some metal scrappers. It's easy to take off, so yeah. Hey, you're welcome, man. I'll see you in my next video. It's probably within 20 minutes. I'm there. I'm going to live stream, take some pictures and video, and then we'll be back online. So see you then.